What's up? What's up? What's up? How we feeling, Bama Nation, on a Monday? Yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine, coming to you right now, giving you your Bama football news, notes, and information. Do me a favor right now, smash that subscribe button. Subscribe to the show. Subscribe to the channel right now. Touchdown Alabama Magazine on YouTube. Hit the like button, smash the like button, run those likes up. Let's get those likes all the way up there. We're giving you non-stop Bama football content. We appreciate all of you guys checking us out here on a Monday. Daily Super Chat Go, $100 there. Daily Super Chat Go. We got quite a bit of things here to get down to on this evening, whether you look at Bama scoring big in the NCAA transfer portal, landing a kicker to fill in the shoes left behind by one Will Reichert. You look at Kalen DeBoer, Alabama head coach, doing his first Hey Coach show today. That's awesome right there. And we even got Jalen Milroe meeting his heiress, Michael Jordan, MJ, at the NASCAR Talladega Super Speedway event on yesterday, the Geico 500. So a lot of things to break down, a lot of things to get into. We want to get all of your thoughts in the comment section, so go crazy in the chat line, go crazy in the comment section tonight. We're taking your comments, we're reading your comments. Definitely want to hear from you. And so we start things off with the comment section this evening with my man, I'm a Happy Fox, with hi. Appreciate it. I'm a Happy Fox. Checking us out. Roll Tide and Rise Up. Getting us that Roll Tide. Appreciate you. Roll Tide and Rise Up. I'm a Happy Fox. Comes back with the Roll Tide. Roll Tide back to you, man. Aaron McGuire with that Roll Tide roll. Appreciate Aaron helping us out. Darius Robinson with that RTR Roll Tide for Darius there. BJ Cleveland giving us that Roll Tide. Appreciate you, BJ. Lorenzo Anderson with the Roll Tide. Appreciate you, Lorenzo. Christian Hughes with the Roll Tide. Bama Nation. Appreciate Christian. Joe D with that RTR. Joe is in here. And then Jeremy Matthews got a clutch kicker. RTR. You guys are getting your thoughts in early. Continue to roll your thoughts, roll your questions, get into the chat line tonight. Definitely want to hear from all of you. But we start topic number one of the conversation with what we're all discussing, that being Alabama, Kalen DeBoer, showing us all he can recruit. That was the one thing everybody had issues with. Can he recruit? He's never been down south before. He's not familiar with the SEC, not familiar with the big boys in the Southeastern Conference. Can he handle recruiting in the Southeast region? Well, he and his staff have answered those questions with a resounding yes, especially with the news that happened Sunday. Bama hit it big in the portal on special teams, grabbing a specialist, a marquee kicker, somebody with big experience. He's made pressure kicks. He's made pressure production in big-time games. Graham Nicholson, the transfer from the University of Miami and Ohio. We're talking about the Lou Groza Award winner from this past season. The only guy that beat out Will Reichert for that award. Now, of course, that's debatable. Is he truly better than Reichert? It's debatable. A lot of us will say no, absolutely not. But Graham Nicholson did win the Groza Award. Nicholson last season made 27 of 28 field goals, made 35 of 37 extra points. He was first team All Mid-American Conference, was the MAC Special Teams Player of the Year, a consensus All-American, helped the Red Wolves get to an 11-3 record, did a great job at Miami of Ohio. Now Graham Nicholson in Tuscaloosa. And this is big because you need all the veteran experience you can get, right? This is what the transfer portal has created. You need all of the veteran experience you can get to make sure you have a team that's competing for a national championship at every spot. And while Connor Talty is talented, and he is, Upton Belafont talented, and he is, you need to have a guy that's been in these pressure situations that can make these field goals. For 5 years, Bama was in pressure situations, and they could count on Will Reichert stepping on the field, giving you 3 points every single time. That's the reason why he left the program as the all-time leader in points in college football history. So when you look at Graham Nicholson here, he provides you with that steady leg, accurate leg, productive leg. This is good here for Kalen DeBoer and the Crimson Tide. The one thing that we want to see is that can he continue what Reichert did, because Reichert erased years. We're talking a decade of kicking woes. Reichert erased those moments where we had to sit there and do chants and do all types of crazy rituals and drink and trying to find some type of way to get a field goal to go to the goalpost. Will Reichert comes in from Hoover, Alabama, erases all of that. We don't got to deal with that no more. We don't got to struggle with that anymore. We don't have to go through that anymore. But huge news here for Alabama out the transfer portal, getting Graham Nicholson to take over where the kicking is concerned. Definitely want to get your thoughts here, Bama Nation. Do you like the move out the portal? Do you like Bama getting a kicker? What are your thoughts on Nicholson? How do you feel about him? Definitely want to get your thoughts here on the kicker, and we'll touch on those when we come back from our first short break here. You're listening to In My Own Words. We're going to get a word from our partners at Alumni Hall and why you should be paying attention still to a podcast that we're rolling out through TDA Plus. Check this out. We're out here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa. Oh, yeah. Gotta get this. Gotta get one of these right here. Can't rock that Bama without this shirt right here, fresh polo. You gotta also rock the all pink, like Kanye West right there. Keychains, gotta get you some keychains. University of Alabama keychains. I'm telling you, if you are a die-hard Alabama fan and you're looking for some big-time apparel, this place has got everything. We're talking shirts, shoes, sweatshirts, hoodies, cups, mugs, keychains. If you're just a Tide fan that has an itch to get more apparel, get more swag in your game, you come right here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa, right here in Midtown Village. And also you can shop online. The link is in the description to get your gear right here at Alumni Hall. And you want to know what's crazy? When I wrote that article on Jalen Hurts being starting quarterback for Alabama in 2016, I was right. Tide 102.9, now Tide 100.9, actually dismissed me. Like they fired me from the radio show. What? I have a new podcast, The Way It Is, on touchdownalabama.com. I gotta go back to 2017. I'm out there at practice, right? I just hear Coach Saban say, man, stop throwing it deep all the time. And then I hear somebody clap back at Saban with, tell your defense to stop me then. And I'm like, who in the world did clap back at Saban? I look, it was Lil Mac Jones. Got up clapping back at the GOAT. And in this podcast, I'm getting into never-before-seen stories when you talk about interactions with players, predictions, commentary, just my 15-year career covering Alabama football. In my 15 years covering Alabama football, this was the craziest thing I've ever seen. That one right there, that one hurt, man. That one was hard to watch. Man, one of the craziest moments I've ever been a part of in covering Bama football. As an Alabama fan, why would you even say that? Like, what's wrong? What's the point of that? You can check out the podcast on touchdownalabama.com. Subscribe to TDA Plus. All right, baby. We're back into the action here, folks, from the break. Hottest show on the streets here. We're talking your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Continue to smash the like button. Smash the like button. Hit that subscribe button. You know, get those likes up. Make this your show. your spot, your network, your platform, channel, and space here for all things Bama football. But we're going to get to the comment section right now. The daily super chat go, $100 daily super chat go, $100 right there. We got Kenneth Shuford, who writes in, Roll Tide, roll, Bama family. Appreciate Kenneth checking us out here on the show. My man Chris from Ballard Sports Media, RTR Stephen. Appreciate Ballard helping us out there. And then Aaron McGuire, keychains. Got to get you some keychains. University of Alabama keychains, courtesy of our guys. They're our partners at Alumni Hall. They do a phenomenal job. But Alabama getting the kicker out the portal, Graham Nicholson. This was big. You got somebody on special teams that can help out with James Burnup, who's the returning senior punter. This past season averaged with nearly 48 yards a punt at 47 and a half. I mean, he's pumped up. He's excited to be able to work with Nicholson. Nicholson's excited to be able to work with him. I really like this. We got David Williams, who writes in, I like the additions of players to Hey Coach. The Hey Coach show, David, still going on. Even with Kalen DeBoer, and tonight was the first session of Hey Coach. You had running back Jam Miller on there, wide receiver Jeremy Bernard on there, and offensive lineman Wilkin Formby on there tonight. Now also, my guy Caden Proctor was in the building. Caden Proctor taking pictures with fans, making his way around there. So this speaks more to Caden Proctor concretely, definitely coming back to the University of Alabama. He is set to re-enroll here in the summer. So Caden Proctor was on the set of Hey Coach tonight. That was pretty awesome right there. Don Parker writes in, good evening, everyone. Appreciate my man Don Parker, DP, hopping in here, showing us love here on the show. All of you guys getting your thoughts in, getting your conversations in, getting your comments in. We love it. We appreciate it. We got RDG 4242 writes in with a roll tide. Appreciate you, RDG 4242, helping us out here on the show this evening. But we're going to get into right now, topic 2 here of the conversation. We're going to pivot this to topic 2, and that being Kalen DeBoer, his first time doing Hey Coach, happening today at Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa. We gotten used to seeing, Saban do this the last 17 years, or here is Kalen DeBoer sort of keeping it going. I mean, of course, this all started back with Bear Bryant having the Bear Bryant show, or the Paul Bear Bryant show. So this is nothing new. It's just a continuation of what great coaches have done in the history of the University of Alabama football program. But Kalen DeBoer tonight on Hey Coach, being done through Crimson Tide Sports Network, and you had players, student athletes as guests on the show. Jam Miller, Alabama running back, who was the MVP of the spring game, over 80 yards rushing. He had 2 touchdowns. Then you had Jeremy Bernard as a guest tonight, 3 catches for 122 yards. You had all the receivers. And then Wilkin Formby, who started this whole spring at that right tackle position, he was there as well. Once again, Caden Proctor was there, meeting people, greeting people, taking photos, things of that nature. But what makes this exciting is people are ready to see summer workouts, fall camp, and the upcoming season. What does this team look like under Kalen DeBoer? We got a small taste. We got a small sample size in the spring game, right? It basically spring ball formality. The offense got a chance to do some things, showed some different concepts, formation, strategy. We got a chance to see that. Defensively, we didn't see all that much, but depth at the inside linebacker position made plays. We saw a couple of DBs step up and get active out there. But this Hey Coach is kind of another one of those monumental moments where you can kind of pick Coach DeBoer's brain and get an understanding of what is he trying to do, right? How is he trying to make this version of Alabama football better? How is he trying to get this version of Alabama football to compete for a Southeastern Conference championship? Most importantly, compete to get into the college football playoff and possibly win a college football playoff national championship. So here's a chance for U.S. fans to pick up the phone line and call in the head coach, be a part of the atmosphere there at Baumhower's Victory Grill to get a bird's eye view of this man's philosophy, of this man's mindset, and what he's trying to have Alabama do and be, and most importantly, become. So this is cool. I mean, this is cool. Him having his first head coach, him bringing players, and with him bringing players, it was kind of awesome with Jeremy Bernard talking about, hey, we got a wide receiver room that's underrated, that's not being talked about enough, that's not getting looked at. But we got some dudes that can make some plays. They can catch the football. They can run these routes. They can take the top off of defense. They can get open. So fun seeing Jeremy Bernard talk about that. Fun hearing J.M. Miller discuss the running back room and the versatility of that room, the playmaking ability of that room, the toughness of that room, the mindset of that room. And of course, hearing Wilkin Formby discuss the offensive line, which they've got guys. Just got to be able to protect Jalen Milroe from the quarterback perspective and open up the run game as well. But let's see here. Don Parker actually writes in, Stephen, are they going to address the interior on the defensive line? We need them dudes. No matter how you cut it, we need them Jesse Williams, Terrence Cody's, Jonathan Allen's, Quentin Williams type of guys. Well, I believe, Don, they are addressing the defensive line. I think they are going to address the defensive line in the portal. Now, who do they get out the portal from the defensive line? That remains to be seen. But I think that is a spot where you need some showstoppers. You got to have some showstoppers up front. You got to have that. You got to have showstoppers. And the guys, Don, that you mentioned, Quentin Williams was a showstopper. Jonathan Allen was a showstopper. Jesse Williams was a showstopper. Terrence Cody was a showstopper. Ashawn Robinson was a showstopper. Guys like Marcel Darius, showstopper. Like, you have some showstoppers. The last big-time one, kind of a diamond in the rough there, was Christian Barmore as a showstopper. However, I kind of give, you know what? Area Mathis. We can say Big Phil Mathis was a showstopper. We'll give Big Phil his. So Big Phil is a showstopper also. So we'll give one to Big Phil. But you got to have those showstoppers there on this defensive line. Darius Fountain writes in, breaking news, Carmani McClain visiting Georgia football. So Carmani McClain, the former five-star defensive back that hit the transfer portal, leaving Colorado, visiting Georgia. Alabama does not have its eyes on Carmani, looking at other guys there in terms of the portal. Look, Keith Williams writes in, what about 96? I like Tim Keenan. And Keenan made big growth last year as a defensive tackle. But Keenan's more so your run stopper, not necessarily pass rusher. Can he become a pass rusher? He can. But Keenan more so the run stopper, not necessarily the pass rusher. So you got to have somebody that's more so of that pass rusher. I like Keenan. I really like Keenan. But you got to have somebody that's more so that skill set of, I'm getting after the quarterback. I don't care come what may. I'm taking the quarterback's noggin off his body. That's the guy you're looking at. Who is that marquee bad intentions type of edge rusher? And that's what Alabama's got to have there, is that marquee bad intentions type of edge rusher. We got my man Jimmy C riding in. The Alabama players got a chance to see Talladega finish yesterday. They got a chance to watch that Geico 500 NASCAR event. I mean, that was cool. That was awesome. Good to see the players get a chance to be a part of that, be in that, jail in that. But my kind of last thoughts here on Kalen DeBoer doing the Hey Coach show, the first one for him. I mean, this is cool. This is awesome. This is fantastic. I'm happy for him. I'm very happy for him. My main thing is going to be, can he take this team with this talent and push it and develop it and get it to a conference championship, get it to college football playoff, most importantly, get it to a national championship and win it. It's my main thing. Bama's got the talent. I'm tired of hearing folks say, well, Bama's got the talent. It may need to get a couple more show-stopping pieces out the portal. Sure. It may need to get a couple of more show-stopping pieces out the portal. It's there. It's on the roster. It's there. It's on the roster. It's now time for these guys to step up, do their thing out there on the field. We're going to take another break right here, folks. Don't touch that dial. When we get back, we get into more of your comments. We get into more of your conversation. And we also kind of roll into, Jalen Milroe and what he was able to do over the weekend where the NASCAR event was concerned. You'll listen to In My Own Words. But for now, we get another word from our partners, Alumni Hall, and a podcast rolling with TDA that you got to keep your eye on. We're out here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa. Oh, yeah, man. Gotta get this. Gotta get one of these right here. Can't rock that Bama without this shirt right here, fresh polo. You gotta also rock the all pink, like Kanye West right there. Keychains, gotta get you some keychains. University of Alabama keychains. I'm telling you, if you are a die-hard Alabama fan and you're looking for some big-time apparel, this place has got everything. We're talking shirts, shoes, sweatshirts, hoodies, cups, mugs, keychains. If you're just a Tide fan that has an itch to get more apparel, get more swag in your game, you come right here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa, right here in Midtown Village. And also you can shop online. The link is in the description to get your gear right here at Alumni Hall. And you want to know what's crazy? When I wrote that article on Jalen Hurts being starting quarterback for Alabama in 2016, I was right. Tide 102.9, now Tide 100.9, actually dismissed me. Like they fired me from the radio show. What? I have a new podcast, The Way It Is, on touchdownalabama.com. I gotta go back to 2017. I'm out there at practice, right? I just hear Coach Saban say, man, stop throwing it deep all the time. And then I hear somebody clap back at Saban with, tell your defense to stop me then. And I'm like, who in the world did clap back at Saban? Oh, look, it was Lil Mac Jones. Got up clapping back at the goal. And in this podcast, I'm getting into never before seen stories when you talk about interactions with players, predictions, commentary, just my 15-year career covering Alabama football. In my 15 years covering Alabama football, this was the craziest thing I've ever seen. That one right there, that one hurt, man. That one was hard to watch. Man, one of the craziest moments I've ever been a part of in covering Bama football. As an Alabama fan, why would you even say that? Like, what's wrong? What's the point of that? You can check out the podcast on touchdownalabama.com. Subscribe to TDA Plus. All right, we're back in here, folks, with the action from the break. Number one ticket for Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Continue smashing the like button, hitting that subscribe button. Daily super chat go $100. We got 102 people in the chat line right now. Appreciate all of you guys for helping us out on the show. Let's get some comments here. Apparently, Carmani McClain, people are talking about him, but he's not coming to Alabama. That guy is not coming to Alabama. He is absolutely not coming here, McClain. Wish the best for him, but he's not coming here. Don Parker writes in, your thoughts, Steven? Again, nothing conclusive regarding A-Day. The O-line performance was good, still not completely sold due to the lack of performance of the defensive line. So my thoughts here, Alabama can use one more show-stopping defensive lineman from the portal. 1 to 2 more show-stoppers. Like, it needs some guys that can wreck shop here on this defensive line. And yes, it's got veteran guys. You have Tim Keenan. You've got Tim Smith. You got Jamarian Latham. You got Jaheim Otis. You got Damon Payne Jr. You got some veteran guys, but you need somebody that's going to knock their socks off. Like, who's that guy? James Smith has the potential to be that guy. Keon Keeley has the potential to be that guy. And then you picked up LT Overton from the transfer portal. He's got potential to be that guy. But maybe you may need a guy from the portal that can really knock the socks off of this thing. Because what helps out a young secondary and what helps out linebackers is when you got defensive linemen not just plugging their gaps, but making plays in the pass rush game too. So that's going to be interesting. In the next weeks to come here, does Alabama go to the portal to pursue a defensive lineman, or does Freddie Roach truly pull the aggressiveness out, the anger out, the something got to give out of these defensive linemen currently on the roster? That's the choice. It's either you go to the portal and you get that showstopper that you need, or do you trust Freddie Roach enough to say, you know what? We bumped him up. We gave him a pay raise. He is the associate head coach now. Let's trust him to pull the aggressiveness out of these defensive linemen. We're going to see, can this be done here? Say it, Lacey. Let's see here. Moonrocker writes in, Steven, do we see any showstoppers out there? Moonrocker, there's potential showstoppers. There's potential, right? James Smith, potential, right? Keon Keeley, potential. Yancey Pierre, potential. Quay Russo, there's potential, right? It's just that you got to pull it out, right? You got to pull it out. You got some guys that can they can do it. You just got to pull it out of them. And that's where, do you trust Freddie Roach to pull it out of them? That's the question. Because you got veteran dudes that have been here for a while. It's just, do you get the potential that's already there and pull it out of them? Or do you hit the portal? That's the question for Kalen DeBoer. Me personally, I would like to see Freddie Roach pull it out of them that's already there. But that's just me. I would like to see Freddie Roach pull it out of the ones that's already there. Say it, Lacey writes in with the Roll Tide Roll. Appreciate Say it, Lacey, helping us out here on the show. Don Parker writes in, James Smith, that boy from the Gump, has the potential to be that dude for real, but he has to, as well as the rest, need to step up their game. Smith has all the tools to be great. James Smith does. He was a bully at Carver High School in Montgomery. He was. He and Quay Russo both were. That the potential that James Smith, Quay Russo, Keon Keeley, Yancey Pierre, Keanu Coote. That's the potential there. They all have it. Like, they all have it. It's just they got to pull it out because they all got it. They just got to pull it out. Dale B with that $10 donation, dropping the love in. Appreciate you, Dale B. Says just stopping by to Roll Tide Roll. Appreciate Dale B. Kangaroo Black writes in, I really think Bama already got the studs. They need to take us to the promised land. I have no doubt. Kangaroo Black, the talent's there. It's now just pulling it out of them, defensively and offensively. The talent's right there. And I've just named a few guys defensively up front. They're there. Jeremiah Alexander's talented. Sterling Dixon's talented. Justin Okenroko from Germany, That kid had 11 tackles in the spring game. He's talented. They're there. It's just now pulling it out of them. That's the thing. It's just now pulling it out of them. Absolutely. That's the big thing. That is the big thing. Moonrocker writes in, no, Steven, the portal. We got potential. I mean, Moonrocker, I know the potential's there, period. I know the potential's there, period. That's why I go back to the question, do you trust Freddie Roach as he's got the pay raise, he's got the bump up? Do you trust him as the D-line coach, right, to pull it all the way out of these guys? That's the thing. Do you trust Freddie Roach as the D-line coach to pull it all the way out of these guys? Because the monster is in them. It's in them. It's in them. Just got to be pulled out of them. Just got to be pulled out. That's my thing. It just has to be pulled out of them. Let's see here. Steven, I really don't think it's an issue. It's just hard to go into a spring game knowing you can't go in 100% headhunter style. It's almost like, man, let's play flag football then. Rubber Table Sports TV, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. Because you can't, you don't go into a day going all out, right? You don't. It's because you don't want guys getting hurt. You don't want guys getting injured. You want to save that to the regular season. So, Rubber Table Sports, I think you're of the mindset of the guys are there, the talent's there, the dogs are there. It's just in spring ball, coaches don't want to risk injury. And if that's what you're saying, Rubber Table Sports TV, I agree with you. But dogs are there, but talent's there, the guys are there. It's just the coaches, they don't want to risk injury in spring ball. They don't want to risk guys getting hurt in spring ball because no, you can't. You don't do that. You don't need to be doing that. You let the guys get ready to go until you let the guys get revved up when you talk about fall camp and the upcoming season. So I see your point there. Rubber Table Sports TV. Let's see here. Roll Tide and Rise Up. Steven, they are sleeping on Brayson Hubbard. That young man's good. Brayson Hubbard's a beast. Brayson Hubbard is a beast. I saw him at A-Day making a lot of hits, making a lot of tackles, making a lot of plays, and he's going to be a huge part in that safety rotation. Brayson Hubbard's the truth. That guy's the truth. Really like him. Really like it. Brayson Hubbard opened a lot of eyes in the spring game to that guy can lay the lumber. That guy can lay the wood. That guy can cover some serious ground. Crimson Kings with that $1.99 in the super chats. Appreciate Crimson Kings. A-Day has always been vanilla. Folks need to chill. A-Day has always been that way. It's a formality. The open practice in August, getting set for fall camp, that's the main thing. And of course, fall camp in the upcoming season, that's the main thing as well. Absolutely. We got here, Jay Clark writes in, Ryan Williams will start day one. Hollywood Williams is the truth. Now, Hollywood Williams is the truth. My main thing is, does Kalen DeBoer not hit the portal for a receiver to make sure Hollywood Williams gets every opportunity? That's my main thing. Does Kalen DeBoer choose to not hit the portal for a wide receiver so that way Hollywood Williams gets every opportunity? Mona Rocca writes in, so did Cole. Cole Adams stepped up too. He had quite a few catches. Now, Cole Adams got popped a few times by Brayson Hubbard, but he hung on to the ball. He showed that toughness. He hung on to the ball. I did not see Cole Adams drop passes. Didn't see him drop passes. So Cole Adams had a good spring game. Tough kid. Really like Cole there. Don Parker writes in, Justin Okunrokwo, get that kid in the weight room. Told y'all, don't sleep on the German kid. Lived there for years. They have a work ethic like none other. Don Okunrokwo did work. 11 tackles. He made plays. He saw the gap, shot the gap, attacked, made plays. The main thing for him is get his body right. It's the main thing for him. Get with David Ballou. Get in that weight room. Get yourself on a firm regiment. Get his body in line. but I saw a lot of good with Justin Okonrokwo. Absolutely. D. Finn writes in technique, form, execution, and mild aggression will build up the fall camp and the season. All of that will build up. All of that will build up. All of that will build up. Absolutely, D. Finn, I agree with that. Let's see. Moonrocker writes in, we're going to have to see about 10 receivers rotating for real. They too deep. You got receivers. And then you look at Jalen Hale, who got hurt early in spring ball. He should be back during the season, so you will get him back. Now, how much of rotation are you willing to go to dig through? That's going to be the main thing for Coach Jamarcus Shepard. How much of that rotation are you willing to put out there? How much of that rotation? But I would like to go T and deep. That wouldn't bother me. Don Parker with that $5 donation, DP, helping us out here on the show. Thank you, Stephen. We know you should have been Eli's replacement. Man, look, man. I don't know why Crimson Tide Sports Network did not call me. I don't know why. It's all good, though. I ain't tripping over it. It's all good, though. Run the Table Sports TV writes in, I guarantee when it's when game time, they fly around taking heads off, and Xavier Brown will not be getting beat up on again. He's great at adjustments. Watch the kid. Xavier Brown's going to be a stud. Xavier Brown is the one corner that came in this class that's got real deal teach tape. Now, all the defensive backs that came in this group are talented. They're gifted. But Xavier Brown came in here with real deal teach tape. Absolutely. Ed B writes in, this is Alabama. We have talent in-house to do great recruiting. Let them get experience by playing. That's how guys use the Bama Nation field. The talent's already there. The talent is already there. Just develop what you got. Just develop what you have. Talent's already there. D. Finn writes in, Hale should take a medical red shirt. Maybe. I wouldn't be against it. But he's attacking this rehab pretty well, D. Finn. I mean, he's attacking this rehab pretty well, D. Finn. We're going to have to see. I would like for Jalen Hale to pursue that medical red shirt, but we'll see. But he's attacking that rehab well. Moonrocker writes in, Stephen M. need to go just do a simulcast announcing games. I mean, we all tune in. Am I right? I can do that. Hey, look, if TDA can have me kind of as an analyst off to the side, simulcasting the games, I would do that. I'd do that. Simulcast the games, give you a play-by-play, from my seat. I do that. Something to look into there. I definitely do it. Run the Table Sports TV. Have you heard any more about the Penn State kid, Keandre Lambert-Smith? They were going after him. He's a dog that fits Coach KD's scheme perfectly. I haven't heard any more about Keandre Lambert-Smith. But I'm going to get in contact with my guy Justin Smith, who does all things recruiting. I'm pretty sure he has heard on him and from him. Run the Table. I will get with Justin on that. Don Parker writes in, player I would have liked to see more out of, Keon Keeley. I hope they were just holding him back. They were holding him back slightly there, Don. They were holding him back slightly, trying to get him to get all of the system down. They are going to turn him loose this year. Keon Keeley will be turning loose this year on opposing quarterbacks. Crimson King writes in, I cannot wait until Lawson and Campbell knock some heads off, all the way off. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for Lawson. I'm ready for Campbell. I'm ready for Jeremiah Alexander. I'm ready for Justin Jefferson. I'm ready for Quay Russo. I'm ready for all these dudes. Unleash the whole wolf pack. Kane Womack. Unleash the whole wolf pack. Kane Womack, if you can hear me right now. Moonrocker writes in, do it, Steven, in terms of the simulcast. I will get that in writing. I'll totally get that in writing. Let's see if Brian Russell writes in, Ryan Williams ain't starting in game one. We will see how he does. We will see how he does here once he gets here in the summer on campus. Let's see here. B. Jammin writes in, right now, my only concern with our wide receivers, They just need to step up and catch the ball. That's it. Step up and catch the football. That's it. Step up and catch the football. Moonrocker writes back in, hey, can Hale play in 4 games and still do a medical red shirt? He didn't redshirt his freshman year, so he could. That's a possibility. He could. He could. He absolutely could do that. Kenyatta Campbell writes in, do you think they told the defense to be at ease in the A-Day game? I could see it. I mean, Kane Womack didn't pull everything out. The defensive coaching staff didn't pull everything out. Of course, A-Day, both sides of the ball, they keep things pretty vanilla. So I can definitely see, absolutely, the defense telling the coaching staff defensively telling the defensive guys kind of hold back a little bit. Because I'm pretty sure Kane Womack had some exotic things that he probably wanted to put out on the field, but not wanting to show too much on tape to where you show your future opponents in the fall what you got. And you kind of want to keep that reserve close to the vest, not wanting to unveil or reveal everything. So that's what Coach Womack probably did right there. But appreciate all of you guys getting your thoughts in here on the show on a Monday as we journey into the final topic of conversation on this evening, and that being, so Jalen Milroe's having a fun offseason, right? I mean, Jalen Milroe, you get a brand new head coach. Saban decides to retire. You get a brand new head coach in Kalen DeBoer. You get a brand new offensive coaching staff in here. You get guys that understand what you do and your skill set and your playmaking ability. They walk in here ready to coach you, ready to mold you and develop you. And then, the spring, you make a lot of improvement in spring ball. You were able to do some things in the 8A game. And then you're able to meet his airness, Michael Jordan, MJ, at the Talladega Super Speedway NASCAR Geico 500 event over the weekend. That's got to be really cool there if you're Milroe. That's got to be incredible if you're Jalen Milroe. So for him to get that picture of Jordan, for him to have that moment with a 6-time NBA champion, arguably the greatest player to ever play in NBA history, a guy that in his era kept everybody else from eating championships, and he's a billionaire mogul, a billionaire businessman. Awesome there for Jalen Milroe to link up with him. And what this shows, Milroe getting a chance to link up with the ultimate competitor in Jordan, that's got to fuel him for this upcoming fall, right? Because Jordan was always fueled by doubt. He was always fueled by people not believing he could do something. Once again, this is a Jordan that was cut from his high school basketball team. This is a Jordan that, if you watch the Last Dance documentary, Jordan felt like, his dad paid more attention to his brothers than him. This is a Jordan that, when he first came to the league, didn't have much talent around him in the NBA. This is a Jordan where got pushed around by the Pistons and got pushed around by the Celtics, and then he finally was kind of able to boom, kind of break through. And of course, he got the help of Pippen and Dennis Rodman and Paxton and Kukoc and Horace Grant and several players got help from, but he was able to break through. The point being, Jordan was fueled by people that told him, hey, you can't do that. There's no way. You ain't good enough. Nah. But Jordan was able to take that, use that as motivation to prove not only everybody wrong, but most importantly, himself right. And here's Jalen Milroe with this same opportunity to prove everybody else wrong and himself right. And I'm looking forward to what he does this season. I mean, I am looking forward to what he does this season, because you go back to the spring game, as good as Milroe played all spring, you still have those that go, he's not QB1. He's not the starting quarterback. He can't read defenses. He can't do this. He can't do that. If he's the quarterback, there's no way Bama can beat Georgia. Again, if he's the quarterback, there's no way this team can get to a national championship and win it. It has to be somebody else at the helm. It cannot be Jalen Milroe. And I'm excited to see him take all of this doubt and put fuel to it and take this and bring this team to a national championship in the first year of Kalen DeBoer. And to have it done in an offseason where he's able to get a brand new coaching staff, he's able to get a staff that understands who he is, what he is, and how to use him. And then most importantly, for him to do this in the offseason where he's building up this momentum leading into the regular season. This is going to be awesome. I mean, this is going to be awesome. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I mean, he was in the Heisman conversation last year from the LSU game throughout the remainder of the season. But I think this upcoming season, Milroe's going to take a massive jump, y'all. I think he's going to take a massive jump. I think his progression, his reads from the first read to the second read to the third read on down, that's going to be in his favor right there. He's gotten better with that. Check into his hot read. He's gotten a lot better at that. That's going to be a strength for him. The 10 to 15-yard passes to either side of the boundary, he showed some improvement in that. That's going to be good for him. The main thing is going to be for Milroe, if he sees the pocket collapsing around him, son, take off and just go. Take off and just run. That's the main thing. And that's always been something for dual threat quarterbacks, right? They want to prove so much they can throw the football or they can pass the football accurately. But when you have an open lane, when you have an open area, when you have green grass in front of you, hey, don't be afraid to take off with it. Get up and down the field and get those yards. Get up and down the field and move the chains. If you look at the NFL, the first couple of years that Patrick Mahomes was in the league, that's what he did. He used his legs until the game started to slow down. Then he started to be more so in that pocket as a pocket passer. And look what Mahomes has become. The same thing with a guy like Lamar Jackson. The same thing with a guy like Josh Allen. So we're seeing these young quarterbacks, they enter the NFL. What do they do those first few years? They use the athletic ability. And then as the game slows down, then they start picking up those tendencies of being a quarterback, right? So that's the thing right there. That's the thing. You guys in the chat line enjoying that conversation of Michael Jordan battling those bad boy Pistons and everything. Proud of him really breaking through and winning championships. But it was awesome seeing Milroe have that moment with Jordan. Milroe being out there with his airness, getting that opportunity to gleam and to glean and talk to and gain some lessons that are going to help him as a competitor, going to help him as a leader, going to help him as an overall quarterback. We can look at the upcoming season in the fall. But folks, as always, you've been listening to, in my own words, we appreciate you guys helping us out here on the show this evening. That's going to do it for yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA, Touchdown Alabama Magazine. You want the best in news, notes, information, and coverage. You can get that by accessing the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. You download the app from the iPhone App Store. If you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store. If you got the Android phone for your audio needs, check us out. iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio. We got you covered right there. The good and gracious Lord sees fit, people. I'll try to be back on Wednesday, continuing the conversation that is Tide football. I want to thank all of you for going into the chat line, giving your thoughts in there, going crazy in there, having your questions in there. I appreciate the dialogue, the debate, the conversation, all the super chats today. You guys making this your spot, but talk all things Crimson Tide football. I appreciate, value, love each and every last one of you guys. Till next time, folks. Husbands, love your wives. Wives appreciate, value those husbands. Children, do the right thing, fun thing, smart thing, good thing, legitimate thing to not be bored there. Be sure to get you those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. You protect yourself. You protect the loved ones around you. Till next time, folks, I'm your man, Steven Smith, and you've been listening to In My Own Words.